contact people are, who the decision makers are. And we're in the process of drafting communications that we're going to be able to send out to each one of these groups that will point out to them what the link is between their mission and what's happening here on Jekyll Island in a way that we hope will involve them. And then we're going to ask them those questions. Are you willing to disseminate information to your membership, and are you willing to get involved with us? So we're still in the process of drafting that, and we're hoping to have great success with that. That's my report.
Thank you, Jory.
It's great.
And I guess I'd like to add that if any of you all are members of other groups that you think might be interested, you would talk with Dory or Brenda or Diane and let them know if we don't have their number, their name, they're not on our list. It would be nice if they would. Now I'd like to call, this time I'm Mindy Egan for the report on beach adoption and cleanup.
Yep. But first I would like to say something about before IPJI got started, and that was when we started visiting Jekyll Island and got a membership to the, a subscription to the Golden Islander, and would read that, whenever it came in, and I would see names like Jean and Len Polzak, Peter Leininger, Marge and Frank Mirasola, Howard Sculthorpe, and what they were doing to protect Jekyll Island. Some of this went back to the 6535 and other big issues. Pat's picture was always in there with something or other. Pat Overholt, she's very good at admonishing the Jekyll Island Authority when they don't behave properly. But it was that, that was partly the inspiration for the initiative to protect Jekyll Island, knowing that these people had done all of that. And I'm very, very grateful for everything that you all have done and, the efforts that you've made. And some of you are here today, and I appreciate you coming. The other thing is, we would be nothing without the members. When you follow up on what we do, ask you to do, that makes all the difference in the world. I mean, we could have 100 million good ideas, but unless people follow up on it, it's not worth anything. So thank you for that. We're very happy to be participating in the Jekyll Island Authority's Adopt a Beach program. They started the program because Glynn County has an, keep Glynn clean kind of thing. Keep the highway clean and whatever. So Jekyll Island wasn't part of keeping the beach clean, even though we have a very clean beach. At least we thought we did until all the storms started. There were 11 one-mile stretches of beach. So they, were divided up, and we talked to the board and we said, okay, we're going to adopt the beach, and we had to pay some money for 2 years to clean the beach up, which is necessary. But we have a beautiful sign. So I went down to the office and I said, okay, what stretches do you have left? And I almost died because the stretch that was still not taken was the stretch from the water tower that starts the protection of the beach from House Bill 214 up to the soccer field, which was another big fight that a lot of people, participated in to keep that soccer field and the 4-H center from turning into estate homes and boutique hotels. So we've got that stretch of beach, and you're all welcome to come to the next a lot of garbage. The other thing that we're happy about is we've long advocated for public access. That the Jekyll Island is a state park, and its main mission is to provide a state park experience for the people of Georgia and all over. You can't do that unless you have access to the parts of the island that people want to go to, and the part that most people want to go to is the beach. So when the beach, project got started, we started making noise about that and continue to do so. And included in our questionnaire to the gubernatorial candidates in the last election and the local candidates, Representative Alex Atwood took part in it, Jeff did, and a whole bunch of people. We got good responses. And asked them what they thought about protecting the beach. And with population growth, we need to have public access. So the beach village got shrunk, where there was going to be the third hotel where the Days Inn, right between the Days Inn and where that our beach deck is. That was gonna be a third hotel. Well, you know, I'd like to think a lot of our making noise, you know, did contribute to that, but of course the economy helped us too. And that is now not gonna be a third hotel, but will remain public beach access, and the authority's gonna pay $900,000 to renovate that area. So it should be a lovely addition to the beach, to the Great Dunes Park, and provide, and I actually made the suggestion to the architect. I said, you know, it'd be really nice to have a park at both ends at the meeting that they had when they first introduced the idea. And he goes, no, that's not a bad idea. So they did it.
Okay, all right. So we have just a couple action items. And the first one is we have 2 nominations for new board members. And I just want to ask the board, are there any other nominations? Okay. Okay, I mentioned earlier Ashley Chasteen, who is what's she doing? Acting right now, whatever.
She's meowing.
She's meowing right now. And Bert Richmond, I did want to just say that Bert is from Athens, Georgia, and he was with the University of Georgia, educational psychology, retired from there, and has been a very active member of IPJI, has written letters, made phone calls, visited elected officials, and has been hanging in there for a long time, working hard. So we really felt like we wanted to make that official, all that hard work. I'd also wanted to mention that Bert and his wife come to Jekyll Island at least once a year for an extended period of time, and he spends a lot of that time on the tennis court. Anyway, so I would like a motion from one of our board members to accept these nominations. Second?
Second.
Okay. Now I'm just going to call for a vote. Everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Welcome. We're very glad to have you. Okay. The only other thing, this is just an informational item I wanted to add, that we have fantastic members from all over the state, and I received an email a number of weeks ago from one of them who is a professional videographer, and he has introduced the idea of doing some kind of short video for IPJI, and that's the only thing, that's all the farther we've gotten, but I wanted to let you all know that by way of, perhaps one day we will have one, but also that we just have great members, and we really appreciate it when a member steps forward to do something, to volunteer their time. Okay, before we start the program, is there any other business?
Close the door.
Close the door.
And Mike, you got it, Angela?
I got it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Angela just turned the air down.
Okay, first I'd like to start, we've got a very short presentation from someone who's very special. Alex Atwood, Representative Atwood, has been a real friend to IPJI and has been a real supporter of an idea that we've had and that he's had, and that is to encourage a greater professionalization, at least in terms of natural resources and state park management of the Jekyll Island State Park Authority Board, and we really appreciate the support for that, because we think that is something that everyone will win as we work in that direction. Welcome.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to be here. I'm on behalf of my district. I want to welcome you, those of you that are out of town, those that are here, welcome you too. And thank you for being here, but most especially to thank you for everything you do to protect this jewel that's Jekyll Island. I'm a freshman representative. I'm still trying to find where the bathroom is of the Capitol, but I do deeply appreciate what you do and what you have done to protect Jekyll Island. I've been coming here since I was a young man, and I want to see it protected. I just did an economic development trip over to China paid for it myself as a fiscal conservative, I have to say that. But part of what I talked about with some of the folks, and they are engaging in more and more tourism, is the eco-tourism that is so special here. And I thought that was a good thing to try to promote. I was very happy in securing the appointment of Dr. Al Light on the Jekyll Island Authority. I expect great things out of him. He was a professor emeritus from the University of Georgia. He is a Rutgers graduate in forestry. Has done coastal conservancy work before, and I hope he does the kind of job that I expect him to. If he doesn't, please let me know. But I expect great things out of him. Also support Dr. Ken Cordell in doing his good work on using national standards for planning and also citizen involvement here. And I would like to see that move forward. Lastly, and certainly not least, I want to congratulate and to thank Senator Jeff Chapman for the work that he did. It was often lonely in his job that he did in protecting Jekyll Island, and I truly believe that if it was not for Jeff, that it would not be the pristine place it currently is. So. You can look at me, I don't normally pass up a buffet. I can't be with you tonight. I have to be with the Jewish Temple 125th anniversary. We're doing a resolution there, so unfortunately I'm going to have to leave, but thank you so much.
Appreciate your support. Okay, now I'd like to introduce Tyler Bagwell. Tyler is and we have a little bit of PowerPoint stuff to do here, but while they're getting ready, I will tell you that Tyler is a well-known Jekyll historian. He does have a new project, The Good Times Will Come, and it's CDs, or DVDs? DVDs, and they're out on the table out there for sale, and that focuses on the Jennings family. Are you going to talk about this?
Yeah, I'll talk about it just a
Okay,
minute.
I won't go on about it.
Yes, that's mine. I have black slides, so I want to start with black.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
I've been coming to Jekyll Island. My earliest memories were 1975, and I spent a great deal of my life here. When I was younger, before they really had all the bicycle pathways, I would take my bicycle and I would ride into the historic district. Jekyll Island Club was not dilapidated, but it was in very bad shape. I can recall that for about 50 cents, it might have been 75 cents, you could go swimming at the swimming pool there. And then there was a lending library. And I can remember sneaking in and looking down the hall of mirrors and trying to figure out what in the world took place here on Jekyll Island. Now, I've done a great deal of research about Jekyll Island's history. I have recorded interviews. I have over 50 digital recordings of grandchildren, children of Jekyll Island Club members, as well as former employees and children of employees, going as early as the early 1910s all the way up to the late 1940s. Unfortunately, most of those people have passed away. In fact, this is a photograph of the wall that is near the swimming pool at the Jekyll Island Club Hotel. In fact, one of the ladies sitting here was the hairdresser in the early 30s for the Jekyll Island Club, and this was a photograph I obtained from her probably 17, 18 years ago. So, during my interviews with descendants of the Jekyll Island Club, families and children of employees and former employees, met a gentleman. In fact, he called me one day, this was in the late 1990s, and he was staying at the Jekyll Island Club Hotel. His name was Commodore Harry Anderson, or Henry H. Anderson. Commodore Anderson, past Commodore of the New York Yacht Club. His grandparents were Dr. Walter B. James and Helen Jennings James. They purchased Cherokee Cottage in the historic district in the early 1910s. Meeting him changed my life. I didn't realize that so many of his family members had been active with the Jekyll Island